Good morning and welcome to another edition of my new series of videos banned on YouTube. This particular reaction video I did about 2 years ago, January 23rd, 2023. The song was called Bodies by Tyson James, and it had to do with people falling over and collapsing, possibly as a result of a certain type of medical treatment that was popular a few years ago. I did the reaction and almost immediately it was removed from YouTube. I did put it up on Rumble where it's been for the last 2 years. But just like the other banned video, I decided with the new president coming in here in a couple days and with the loosening of censorship standards across many social media, that it might be time to try again on YouTube with this version. The only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to try to add captions to the song. However, just like with the previous song, The Sixth Sense by Samson, I'm finding out that not only are the videos being banned, but the companies that normally provide lyrics to songs are not providing lyrics for either of these two songs. I looked everywhere this morning, could not find, under Genius Lyrics or A to Z Lyrics. Nobody wants to handle this hot potato. I'm going to try to do the best I can on deciphering the lyrics. I won't be able to get them all. Good morning. I feel like I should put a warning on this video by Tyson James called Bodies. It does contain graphic images of people who are afflicted with medical emergencies, and some of them probably didn't survive. Now, I'm not saying that the people that you see here were all having a problem as a result of a certain medical treatment that they had, but I suspect some of them were, including our famous Buffalo Bill linebacker. In any case, it's a very serious matter. It's treated in a somewhat lighthearted manner, but when you realize that some of these people did not survive, then it's hardly a laughing matter. A song called Bodies. Be forewarned, it's not pretty.
Bodies. My goodness, look at all the bodies. Bodies. This is what they wanted, dropping bodies. Every time I turn the TV on, they dropping bodies. Chicago ain't got nothing on these bodies. They dropping left and right. We try to tell you about these bodies. Hey, we try to tell you about these bodies, but you didn't want to listen about these bodies. And now you might be dropping like a body. Bodies. This is what they wanted. Take a look at all the bodies. Try to ban me after this song. Y'all reminded me of Rocket Man. Call y'all Kim Jong with all the propaganda. Take a story, get your twist on. The people saying it's safe and effective, man, y'all been wrong.
Yeah, the people that were paying attention probably have realized even before gene therapy treatments came out that there was a high degree of risk involved because of the warp speed that our president promoted, and that there was no way that you could truly say that those things would be safe or even effective. But safety is the big issue. And of course now Died Suddenly is trending. There's Died Suddenly Facebook groups. There's a Died Suddenly movie. It's supposedly one of the most searched terms. But that's just one small part. It's a horrible thing, but it's just one small part of all the side effects that can occur from these jabs that were really never fully tested with full clinical trials. A feeling of panic was created in the general public that this COVID-19 was going to be such a terrible thing that we had to rush these into use on an emergency use basis. And then the pressure was ramped up that everyone has to take these. If you don't take these, you're going to kill your neighbors and you're going to lose your job and you can't go into a restaurant. Craziness. I saw this craziness 3 years ago on March 16th when they started closing everything. And I've been screaming about it ever since. But I take absolutely no joy in saying that I may have been right about the safety issues, because so many of my friends and even my family members were taken in by this propaganda and got these treatments. And I pray that all of them will be safe. I don't want to see anybody suffer a bad side effect or a sudden death as a result of these treatments. It's just too horrible to think about. The poor people that have suffered, young people that had no real need to take this because they have robust immunity systems in most cases. Some people had the COVID, didn't even know it because it was just a minor sniffle. So to put yourself in harm's way to avoid something so minor never made any sense. Sorry. If they ban me from YouTube for saying so, then I'll have to go to Rumble. But it never made any sense. It was all about control, winning the election, and money for the big drug companies and those who probably invested in the big drug companies and hoped to make a killing on the whole thing, a literal killing.
Story, get your twist on the people saying it's safe and effective, man, y'all been wrong. What's the body count? Buckle up, gonna be a rocky mount. While people dropping, y'all just talking in the coffee lounge.
I'm sorry to say that many people were treated like lab rats. Human life was not valued, and they even encouraged pregnant women to take these, even though it was never tested on pregnant women, because it's unethical to test a new drug on pregnant women. Are you crazy? Does no one remember the thalidomide scandal from the 1950s where so many babies were born with birth defects? Have we forgotten that of all things we have to protect the fetus from drugs? I'm sorry, I get pretty worked up about this, but that's insanity. Treating people like lab rats or worse.
Buckle up, gonna be a rocky mount. While people dropping, y'all just talking in the coffee lounge. I see people mocking, tell it's you up on that soggy ground. Man, look who talking, man, you rocking with the Nazis now? First they take the guns, then make you comply with the mandates. You gon' rip it from my dead hands, ain't no band-aid. Ain't dying from your juice, I didn't take it. Ain't in a trans state, you can't have this body. Pure blood, that's my campaign. Bodies, bodies. This is what they wanted, dropping bodies. Every time I turn the TV on, they dropping bodies. Chicago ain't got nothing on these bodies. They dropping left and right, we try to tell you about these bodies. Hey, we try to tell you about these bodies, but you didn't want to listen about these bodies. And now you might be dropping like a body, cause this is what they wanted. Take a look at all the bodies. 1, 2, 3.
Is it what they wanted? I don't know. A lot of people, even in the medical profession, probably thought they were doing the right thing. They went on faith from people higher up, the FDA, the CDC, the World Health Organization, told them everything was okay, don't worry about it. But then I can't give them a total pass, because if you're a doctor, you have to have seen bad reactions at this point. You can't deny it any longer. So many of them did deny it and failed to follow the procedures, which indicated that when you saw a bad reaction, you were supposed to report it to VAERS. Not only did they not report it, they actively discouraged medical personnel from filing the reports. That's a cover-up, and there's a big reckoning coming. The medical profession has lost so much trust in the last 3 years. I don't know if it can ever recover. I don't have any faith in it.
Might be dropping like a body, cause this is what they wanted. Take a look at all the bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies dropping on the floor. I say we assemble, take up arms, declare another war. Donald Trump is compromised, man, forget the other 4. I don't follow man no more. Now sit back and watch me roar. All of a sudden, bodies dropping by the dozen. Now you buzzing, let me guess, now you gon' blame it on the Russians. See your cousin drop, she was healthy, she didn't have the muffin top. They got you to take the poke, you only had a sudden cough. Crazy, they dumb me down when they come around, and now you pushing up daisies. Put the guard down for a cart, you let them poke you with the gravy. And now you watching sports, and bodies dropping all over the court. Bodies, bodies. This is what they wanted, dropping bodies. Every time I turn the TV on, they dropping bodies. Chicago
hard to watch. It really is, for me. But it was even harder back in the days when the treatment was first being introduced in 2021, and watching so many people just take it without even considering that it might be risky. It was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. You knew that this was coming, and you were helpless to do anything about it. That was hard. And if you tried to warn people, if you tried to warn them about the bodies, like he said, they didn't want to listen. They couldn't believe it. They were so taken up by the big lie. It was a very difficult time, the last 3 years, and it's not going to get any better. I'm sorry to tell you.
We try to tell you about these bodies, but you didn't want to listen about these bodies. And now you might be dropping like a body, cause this is what they wanted. Take a look at all the bodies.
I don't mean to brag, I don't care, but I want you to know, double vaxxed, booster, flu shot, never got COVID, clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice, so nice.
Bodies.
I guess you don't joke about Jesus loving you. If that wasn't instant retaliation, then I don't know what you would call it. Well, I can forgive those who didn't know any better. I think we'd have to say that the people at the very top, the Dr. Fauci's, the heads of the CDC, the Surgeon Generals, the WHO, Bill Gates, drug companies, they are implicated in a very serious crime. They should have known better. They should have known that this treatment was not safe to be forced on billions of people around the world. Did they do it for the money, or was it something even darker than that? We need to find out. But we need to get to the bottom of this, and I think we will. The truth is coming out. It's taken a long time. It may take longer still, but the truth will out.